Hey everyone, I'm Julie from Taste of Lizzy Tea, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make the best baked sweet potatoes. I'll be giving you hints on how to get a crispy crust, a fluffy potato inside, and then some of our favorite sweet potato toppings. Let's get started. Sweet potatoes. Are they really the healthy potato? Sweet potatoes tend to be lower in calorie and lower in carbs than traditional white potatoes. However, they are naturally sweet, which makes them a great little treat to have when you're trying to eat healthy. Now, you can find sweet potatoes of all different sizes, but for this recipe, if you're making baked sweet potatoes, you want to find baked potatoes that are about the same size so that they bake evenly and take the same time in the oven. So I have 4 sweet potatoes here of about the same size. I've washed them, I've dried them, and I'm gonna go ahead and put them on a baking sheet. And the first thing I'm gonna do is take a fork and I'm gonna poke some holes in each potato. So why do you poke holes in potatoes? Well, potatoes can sometimes explode in the oven. Now, although I've never ever had that happen to me, I have heard from some of you readers that you have had potato explosions in your oven. Even if you've never had a potato explode, take the time, poke the potatoes a couple times just to let that steam escape. The key to getting crispy skinned potatoes is to both use oil and salt on the outside of the potatoes. So here I have some oil. You can use whatever type of oil you'd like. You're gonna need about a tablespoon, maybe a little bit less for each potato. And this is where it gets a little bit messy, but just rub that oil into the potatoes. It's okay if a little bit gets on the pan. It'll just help the bottoms of those sweet potatoes to crisp up a little bit. After you rub the oil on, you're gonna take some salt. I like to use coarse sea salt, and I'm gonna sprinkle some on. Be generous with how much you put on. And then I'm gonna turn the potatoes over and do the other side. And then I'm gonna take my hands and just rub that salt in a little bit so it gets all over the potatoes. To bake the potatoes, you wanna have the oven preheated to 425 degrees Fahrenheit. We like to use a really hot oven just to make sure that the outside of the potato gets nice and crisp and the inside cooks quickly and evenly. The exact time that it takes to bake the potatoes will really depend on what size the potatoes are. We find that for a normal size baked potato, it takes anywhere from 45 to 55 minutes in the oven. So set the timer for 45 minutes, then use a fork and poke them. Try to get the fork to the center and make sure the potato is soft all the way through, and that's how you'll know that they're done. And if they're not quite done yet, just set the timer for another 5 minutes and keep testing them. Okay, the potatoes are all ready. I stuck a fork in them and the insides are soft. These sweet potatoes came out with a perfectly crisp crust. Baked sweet potatoes make a great base for just about anything. Today I'm gonna show you just some simple toppings that we like. Slice open the center, put a couple cuts in it, mash this down a little bit. Butter is always a good idea on sweet potatoes, so I like to put a pat of butter right in the middle. Some other ways we like to serve baked sweet potatoes is with just a little bit of a sprinkling of brown sugar on top. It will melt in and taste delicious. Or you can use just a sprinkling of cinnamon. This is a great way to just add a little bit of flavor and no extra sugar to the potatoes. And lastly, one of our favorites is real maple syrup. Be sure to buy that 100% maple syrup, not the imitation stuff, and just drizzle it over your baked potato. Delicious. Today I'm gonna stick with just a little sprinkling of cinnamon, and I am hungry and ready to eat. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Be sure to check back for more delicious recipes.